Kushner is not buying that island in Albania to turn it into a luxury resort. The story that they've put out is that this is a luxury resort project backed by the Saudis and facilitated by the Albanian government. So this is the island here. Look what even Google Maps has labelled this as, firstly. But let's zoom out a bit. That island is here, right there. It is at the exact point where the Adriatic Sea becomes the Ionian Sea, approximately 56 miles from Italy. The single most important geographic fact to understand is that whoever controls this island, Strazan, controls the Strait of Otranado. This narrow choke point between Albania and Italy is the only maritime gateway between the Adriatic and the Mediterranean. Historically, every single navy that has ever wanted to dominate this area or control trade through it has had to occupy and fortify Sazan. This means a lot of the work is already done for them. There are 3,600 nuclear survivable bunkers on this island. There's also 10 miles of underground tunnels connecting command posts, ammunition stores, submarine pens and hideouts. There are Soviet submarine pens and deep water anchorages already there, ready for use. All of this militarizing of the island, preparation for nuclear war, was done during the Hoxha regime. I will do a separate video about the Hoxha regime in Albania. But here's the full chain of control. It passed from the Ottomans to the Italians to the Albanians to the Soviet Navy, back to the Albanians, and now suddenly it's going to a private American cartel. The through line here is that it has been a military garrison for the local navy. The exception at the end is that it's now being sold to Jared Kushner. Kushner is the public face of this, but I'd like to introduce you to the rest of the Affinity Partners team. You'll get it here. Chad Mizell is Senior Legal Counsel for Affinity Partners. He served as Chief of Staff to the United States Justice Department in 2025. That's an immediate conflict of interest, and we're only at the first name. Nick Butterfield was the former Deputy White House Policy Coordinator from August 2019 to January 2021 under Donald Trump. Also, before that, he interned during George W. Bush's administration. When you search for Lauren Key, the first thing that comes up is the letter that the US Finance Committee had to send her in this CFO role a year ago, saying specifically, I write seeking information relating to the recent revelation that 99% of the investment funds that you are managing is coming from the Saudi Arabian government. This is Chairman Wyden's letter to her, where he literally opens it saying, it is deeply concerning that several Middle Eastern governments are using funds managed by Affinity as a means to pay millions of dollars in fees to the president's son. When I search for the name John Rader, the first thing that comes up is his bio at the Hoover Institution that confirms he is also senior counselor at Palantir. Avi Berkowitz, also in the White House under the Trump administration. He worked on Trump's peace plan, the Gaza peace plan, and on the Abraham Accords. He was actually the lead White House negotiator on the Abraham Accords, the deal that normalised Israel's relations with the UAE.